Well, welcome everyone to the March 7th CTAT Roundtable. And we are here live at the Pflugerville Austin Convention Center. And we have multiple trainings going on right now, CTE plus SPED and CTE training for counselors. And Callie Jo Stout, our CTAT president, is right here. And she's going to give a quick welcome, quick hello.
So welcome to our roundtable for March. Wow, it's March. Just feels like it just started. So quick promo. If you have not attended a professional learning session that is outside our summer and winter, you got to do it. I've been to New Teacher. I've been to SPED CTE. There's counselors going on behind me. I can tell you it's been rock star status here. It's been fun in Pflugerville. So if you haven't caught one, there's a couple going on in the Woodlands, which means Conroe will be excited to host you. But please look at those. I think we're thankful for Mark and his amazing work in putting these teams together, but also have a great day on your roundtable. I'm going to go learn something.
Fantastic, Callie Jo. Thank you so much. And for those of you that have been buying stock in ICV, you might want to sell it real quick because I'm sitting at the ICV booth. We have Empower here. We got CareerCraft over there across the way. We got CTAT setting up here, and it's just been a really great day, and we appreciate everyone attending that attended. And so without further ado, let's get on to the roundtable session of the roundtable. What do you think, Sammy? It's nice having a co-host. I feel like Joe Rogan. So, Brooke, can you see the slideshow on there okay? Well, again, thank you and welcome to the March 7th Roundtable. It is so good to see everyone. Again, these are all recorded and posted on YouTube. So if you wish to participate without your picture being posted on social media, make sure that you turn the video off and just participate with your avatar. That's a tech term, Sammy, avatar. And so anyway, it's so great to have the roundtable. These are some of my favorite days of the month. And this day is just a blitz with fun that we're having. And so thankful that you guys drop in here every month to help share and learn with each other. Ron Burgundy says that breaking news, it's March already, folks. And I cannot believe that it's March. But I do want to thank everyone that attended the winter conference. It was just incredible. The presentations couldn't have been better. And I got to walk around and see about 3/4 of them, or at least a piece of one. And I'm giving a big round of applause to everyone that presented. Fantastic. I think the only way we could have better presentations is to go watch the ones that are going to be at summer conference. I'm all excited about them. Also, we would like to thank ICV, who was our CTAT conference social sponsor again this year. And their contribution was just incredible. I know a good time was had by all. We had it up in the meeting room there at the Grand Hyatt. And Sammy, everyone was just walking around. They had hors d'oeuvres. And you can see I took this picture actually at the conference. And it was everybody just sharing professionally. It was fantastic. I don't want to lie, but there were a few folks that had a glass of wine and stuff, and it was just so deal. Then I guess the CTAT board, Sammy, was having some type of social affiliate because the CTAT board showed up in togas, and it was so embarrassing a little bit. And the CTAT board just really got things carried away. Caesar got stabbed. It was like the Ides of March there. And so you never know what's going to happen at a CTAT ICV conference social. But overall, I would say that it was safe for most people and everyone had a good time and really got to enjoy stuff. So thank you to ICV for sponsoring that. We appreciate it. Again, I'd like to tell everyone that we're at the Courtyard Marriott in Pflugerville today. CTAT has branched out into the regional trainings. And today we're hosting training for counselors. And we're doing the SPED plus CTE Joint Academy. We had about 120 sign up and attended the counselor's training, which was outstanding. Jason Cooper is in there leading that training right now. And I wish I could move my computer around there where you can see him. He looks just like Bobby Darin. And he's in there just really swooning everybody. And the special ed, we're doing that in coordination with TKs, and they're just really incredible. And we had some great speakers today. Sam Gonzalez from ESC 20, Northside ISD brought their team here to do some best practices. And Bryn Briggs with Sam Houston State University was here doing Triumph part that some of you might have seen at our winter conference. It's really just been incredible. And we appreciate everyone that's attending the training, and you'll have more opportunities. And we're going to be rolling out several new trainings in the summer conference, so be on the lookout for that. Again, these roundtables are all about working together, and that's why I really appreciate you guys showing up to the roundtable so much. And like Neil deGrasse Tyson says, knowledge is on the way. And so just real quick, if this is your first roundtable, we do a lot of CTAT programming. We have the Next Gen Administrators, which will start again in the next fall. We do these monthly roundtables. Our professional conferences, like we're at today, have the regional trainings. And if you need a district program evaluation, we could probably sneak one more in during the spring, and that'd be about it. So anyway, get on the calendar for those, because sometimes they go pretty quick. Again, we thank everyone, the area presidents especially, for the leadership that they provide in the CTAT organization. We have an area presidents meeting every year at the CTAT conference, and the ideas that they come up with are the ideas that we implement. And we're just happy to have those guys, and happy for all that the area presidents do for CTAT and for CTE as a whole across the state. Don't forget, mark it on your calendar. July 15th through the 18th is going to be the summer conference in downtown Fort Worth, Texas. And I know that you've seen this. Registration is out and live, and get your hotel room now, because they're having the baseball all-star game, and they're having some type of World Cup. There's a lot of stuff going on in Fort Worth that week. So get your hotel, or you might be staying in Saginaw. Don't forget that we have the CTAT plus TASBO Finance plus CTE Joint Academy is in Round Rock, March 25th and the 26th. Sammy, there are already 144 people signed up for that, and we've added space. So if you want to make the CTAT plus TASBO Joint Academy, we do that. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to wait until the fall to catch us at another location. Our partner there, TASBO, with Becky Estrada, she does such good work. And every time, I've seen it probably 7 times, and every time I take notes in there, it's just her coming from the finance end and the do's and don'ts. And it's just really a great training. And like we said the last time, the ACTE National Conference is going to be in San Antonio this year. This is your opportunity. If you've missed it before, now's your chance. December 4th through the 7th in San Antonio. So keep that on your watch list and sign up for that when you get a chance. Some people, presentations are due tomorrow. Thank you for the ACT. Thanks, Brooke. And then moving right along, all of these events that you can just go to the CTAT.org, go to events, and you can register right there. Nothing could be easier. And thank you. Lindsay has really done a great job in reinventing the CTAT website. And there's been a lot more lesson plans and resources into the shared resources library. So go in there and check that out if you haven't been in there in a month or so. Lots of new stuff, lots of law stuff that's been shared in there recently. So now we're going to move on to the and Vonnie, there's plenty of hotels. We're using all the hotels around the convention center there, and as opposed to just the Omni, because keep in mind, TIVA's going to be there at the same time, the baseball game and soccer. So we're going to have a good time, I promise. This is going to be a social unlike any other this year. I shouldn't even preview it, but anyway, it's going to be great. Also, Lindsay has went on there, and if you've been on Connect CTAT lately, you know that has a new and improved look. And Connect CTAT's probably my favorite function that we have, because you get to go on there and watch everyone post a question and then see the flood of answers and thoughts that come in. And so I love Connect CTAT, and if you haven't been on there, give it a click. I just coined that phrase, Sammy. What do you think? Give it a click. Have you ever heard that before?
Never.
There you go. You heard it here first. Don't forget that the Grow Your Own Pipeline Grant is out, and district applications are due April 1st, and they will announce those awards May 21st. Grow Your Own is one of the great grant programs that TEA offers for developing your education and training program of study and developing a pipeline of teachers for your district. The State Board of Education is also putting out the new curriculum requirements for and the changes as proposed for innovative courses and career development and career and technical education. The new career development teaks are out, so you can go on the SBOE website and look at those. Also, the Public Accountability Manual is out for 2024. You can go on there and maybe make, but it's pretty well set because that accountability manual has been previewing the changes for 2 years. So the career tech section and student achievement is pretty well set. If you ever haven't had a chance to go to Washington, D.C., well, March 17th through the 20th, they're going to have the National Policy Seminar, and that might be a good opportunity to go to the nation's capital and visit with your legislature. Sounds like an interesting experience if you're lucky enough to get to go to that. Nominations are still open for Student Heroes Awards there in Austin. And if you'll go to the CTAT chat, you can go to that online nomination form and click right on it, or you can just Google it. But anyway, if there's a curriculum area in the state that has student heroes, I'm going to say that CTE has the most. I'm just going to jump out there and say that. So get on there and let's get our CTE kids nominated for these student heroes. They're deserving. Also in the news, we congratulate Hugo Martinez. I know, and Ysleta ISD out in El Paso. They're getting a big grant for $490,000. Hugo, if you need anyone to come out there and be on staff there, I could probably do it for. I wouldn't even take all of it. But congratulations to Hugo and his team at Ysleta. Well done. Also, our ESC spotlight this month, we had Region 2, we had Melody Pro, Smith, and Derek Villanueva. They hosted the Coastal Bend Symposium. They sent pictures and an article, and it was just amazing. And they really engaged in some insightful discussions. And I know they were there trying to bridge the gap between CT and workforce. And so, Melody and Derek, thank you so much for the work that you do. And thank you to all of the Service Center staff. And we're going to try to spotlight a Service Center every month in the CTAT chat and every month on the roundtable, unless I forget. No, we're not going to forget. We're going to do it. Okay, it's a CLNA year here, and CLNA open, and then it's closed, and stay tuned for more. Don't forget that Proclamation 2024, you're coming to the end of times as far as all the stuff that's needed to be submitted for getting your textbook paid through IMA funds. So don't forget, be active in your district and getting those funds that are available, because someone is going to spend that money. It might as well be Career Tech. There's a CTE Teach Review work group application for engineering out there. If any of you want to sit on a Teach Review board, engineering, back in the day, I served on that Teach Review, and you talk about watching sausage getting made. That is one interesting process. So if you've never been on a Teach Review committee, get on there, apply for one. You don't have to be engineering. They all come around. But anyway, that is interesting to watch that process happen. Don't forget that the TEA CTE photo library, send in these pictures of your students. I'd get a waiver or something. But anyway, get your students on those TEA documents. They'll show up in all sorts of stuff, even stuff like the one pagers for the new programs of study coming out. Don't forget that this is the class of 2024, and this year's graduates have to have one course aligned in that program of study. Probably you guys have heard that till you're sick, but you don't want to forget that tidbit for accountability rating. And the change documents, and don't for one more time, I'm going to show this and then take it off the round table. But this document that shows the different certifications that have been offered and the program planning and the changes. Sammy was telling me he was just looking at the change documents for the program study. So get on there. And I think Kristen Petrunin has some information she's going to share with us when we jump out into gallery mode. Again, this is a picture I took when we left San Antonio when they were taking the big tent down for the CTAT conference. I can't tell you how much we appreciate everyone being there and sharing the presentations. That is what makes the conference successful, and we appreciate it. And we will see you guys in Fort Worth. Now we're going to back up to stop sharing and back in gallery mode. And thank everyone for being here. And let's see, Dr. Petrunin, do you mind sharing with us about the document that you posted in the chat?
Boop. Hi, Mark. Start my video. There you go. Okay. Yeah, we just noticed, actually, Mr. Cooper noticed that the updated documents have been added from the program of study refresh. It has added some industry-based certifications on there as well to the programs of study. So be sure to look at what industry-based certifications align for your programs. That was kind of a interesting thing for us to look at. So it's out there. If you guys take a look at it.
That link, did it just come up today?
It was yesterday, 2 days ago.
It was Tuesday.
Tuesday. Very good. Well, I don't think I'm always the last to know, Sammy, but I'm pretty far down on the list. But anyway, so it's great. And of course, everyone's going to use that document in aligning their programs of study. And I just encourage everyone, as you're building your programs of study, make sure that you include an industry-based certification that aligns with the program of study. Thank you, Kristen, for saying that. Any comments? Any other topics? What do you guys have for us today? Chelsea?
Hey, Mark, if I may, so we just received within a few minutes ago, so we had released that information to our listserv earlier in the week, and our eagle-eyed oh gosh, he spotlighted me. Our eagle-eyed CTE, CCMR leaders were able to identify lots of things that needed to be addressed and changed. So we are going to share the communication from Marcette Kilgore with you that we just received about sending information into TEA for that. So I'll drop that in the chat.
So they are taking suggestions. Is that the right way of saying it?
It sounds like that. If there's anything that seems to be a typo or missing or anything like that, just notify them.
Chelsea, did you get new glasses?
No, sir. I've had these for years from Warby Parker. They're the Mallory. They're my favorite. You buy a pair, they give a pair.
And those are available at Neiman's?
Warby Parker, actually, they're freestanding, but they can ship them to your home. So anywhere.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And so Marcette and them sent out information that basically says, if you have input, send it here.
So
and I think they'll
I'm
get
sorry.
plenty of input. Go ahead, Susie.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we kind of had the same thing 2 years ago where they had a million mistakes in them. It seems like maybe somebody could proofread those before they went out to everyone. Just a thought.
Well, that's interesting.
When you're retiring, you can say those things, by the way.
That's an interesting thought, Susie.
Susie, don't feel bad. I just said the same thing up here.
Yeah, like before you send this to the whole state, let a few people read it.
Huh. Well, and of course, I think that they do take those suggestions as they get them, and they're really willing to make a change. So it's not like they're buried in. So I think that'll be a dynamic is the word I'm looking for, Sammy. That'll be a dynamic document throughout the spring is my guess. Fantastic. Any other good comments on the new programs of study?
Well, the one thing I really like about the the layout now is that, I mean, it's a little busy for me, but it gives all of the icons by the courses like entrepreneurship. It tells you every career cluster that that course falls under, every program that it falls under. So I do like that.
Fantastic. You know, those one pagers are some of the best resources. I've been involved 30 plus years and some of the best resources that have ever been provided. So I agree with you. Anybody else? Well, what has anyone heard on the CLNA? Any rumors going around if that's going to come up, or anybody have any insights? Chelsea, did y'all get a correspondence when you got that one by any chance?
So we don't really have any updates. We didn't know that it was going to launch and then get taken back. It was our understanding that there was a glitch, and so that was why it was taken back. I'm not 100% sure on when they're going to re-release it, and I don't know if they're going to extend the deadline date. So when we know something, we'll share something. And that goes for all ESE CTE specialists. So keep looking for your listserv, because when y'all find out, we find out, but we'll elevate it and bring it to everyone's attention.
Fantastic. I know y'all are, there'll be some Slack comments on the CLNA about it, Sammy. What other stuff do you want to bring up? Anyone have any comments from conference or some feedback that you'd like to provide, or something, a really excellent presentation you saw? Anything on that end? Well, you guys seem, I know what it is, Sammy. They're ready for spring break. And so I know y'all are ready to get out, and it's real exciting. I am flying to Washington on Monday, Washington, D.C., and Joe Biden has requested my presence down there to take the tour at the Smithsonian. And so I'm going to go do that, I think, on
Mark's
Monday.
going to go class up the Capitol.
Yes. If you think the stock prices of ICVs went down when I sat here at their table, there's no telling what's going to happen to the dollar when I leave Washington on Tuesday. Anybody else have anything really great going on they want to share before we leave for spring break? Y'all are going to ruin my minute count on YouTube, Sammy. I count on getting at least 30.
Well, I was going to say a while ago, because you're talking about the conference, and I presented, and ours was like the first session on the last day. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, no one's going to come. But we had a full room. So I thank everyone who was there. And if you were attended, it was very well attended, and I was impressed by that. So y'all made my day. So.
Well, thank you, Bonnie, very much. And, you know, that last day, there's not as many sessions. So a lot of times you'll get a lot of folks. Miss Harris is on there. Miss Harris, thank you guys so much for the amazing job you did at the Level 2 pre-conference.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, it's just amazing. That's a great show. And if you've never been to the Level 2 pre-conference training, you need to go. And for those of you guys that have been attending Level 3, we're going to keep Level 3, but we're going to just have it on an alternating basis and do it at winter conference. And then this summer, is our Level 3 topic is going to be AI. Now, I know what you're thinking, Sammy, but that stands for artificial intelligence. So anyway, so we're super excited about that. And I think this conference is going to be one not to miss in Fort Worth. Any other good comments?
I do want to say we had to do our first lottery for CTE programs, which is good because it means, you know, we've got a lot of kids, but we're also really full. We're in the process of building a second high school. So I really wish the CLNA stuff would come out so I could push a little bit harder and say, no, look, this is what our data says. But in that lottery process, I will say if you are using EduThings and you have to use a lottery, the EduThings lottery is so easy. It was a really easy process for us in that. So I thank you, Sammy, and everybody for that.
That is awesome. Ashley, when you go to the lottery, do you take the students first that are in that program of study, or everyone goes in? You understand what I'm asking?
Yeah, so we only lotteried our incoming freshmen. So we didn't have to take that into consideration at all. And we chose not to offer any weights anywhere just to be extra careful and extra fair. We ended up only needing to lottery cosmetology, barbering, and culinary. So
That is fantastic, and that's good information. And I know that everyone struggles with that. And I remember we were at a workshop one time when we asked TA, said, "Well, what do you do when you got more kids?" And they said, "Well, build more buildings." That wasn't you don't always get the most practical answer. And so it's good to hear that the districts are solving. And Ashley, I'm sure if anyone has any questions on the logistics on how you did that, they could reach out to you. And Sammy, good job with the lottery. Can you pull me up 6 numbers that might win Saturday night? That'd be awesome. Get a little pocket money to take with me to Washington. Thank you, Ashley. Anyone else have anything? Does anyone have a contact at TDLR? Cheryl, do you have they're not auditor, but do you have an inspector? You should have an inspector that comes by your school. That's who I would contact first.
Okay, well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Our cosmetology teacher left relatively suddenly, and so I was kind of left scrambling. And we were able to get a new teacher, although she's our DOI teacher, so we're kind of learning together. And I'm having a really tough time reaching out. I don't know who my inspector is. I need to get, we need to change the password for our shear system. I'm having a lot of trouble whenever I call. I'm on hold for over an hour.
You can email me. I have several contacts that we work with there. I'll put my email in the chat.
Okay. Thank you, Susie.
Thank you, Susie. And Cheryl, what district are you in? I'm so sorry.
I'm at NEISD in San Antonio.
Okay, so maybe another district around San Antonio that has cosmetology would likely have the same inspector, and that may help too.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. Thank you, guys.
Anna put in who the inspector was in the chat.
Thank you so much.
I'll drop his email shortly.
It is so good, Sammy, when an actual answer to an actual question, isn't it?
Solving problem.
I'm telling you, it is. It is. We're like NASA over here. Well, any other great comments? That's a good question. Good point. Ashley, I think there's a good question for you in the chat. It talks about, is the lottery portion in EduThings in the base level, or does that cost extra? Ashley, did y'all have to pay extra?
I think that's a good Sammy question, not a good Ashley question. I don't know.
That's a Sammy question.
What am I paying for, Sammy?
I'm pretty. It's the lottery in the base level EduThings. Yeah.
I think, your 4-year planning has to be in there for sure, but
right.
You said it is in the base level?
Is in the base level, is what he said.
It's really easy. Like, you just pick the class and like what the grade level is, and you just hit go, and it'll save it for you if you name it. We also had to lottery our 9th graders who are going to intro to Cosmo and in barbering, and it was just got really complicated. So we had to do that one outside of EduThings. It's a long story, but when we got done with that process, the EduThings version was way easier. So if you can use it, definitely do that.
Dusty said when the new command center is in place, it'll eject kids well. They'll lottery them in and eject them out as well, I think is what the deal is. I think we can all agree it's close to spring break, is it not? Well, fantastic. If going once, going twice, 3 times. Let's see. Kathy Hunt put in the chat that Juanita Soto, Austin ISD, it said an email on 3 6th, the latest tentative release date for CLNA is 3/14. So by the time you get back from spring break, you ought to have a fresh new look CLNA. And I think, boy, that's good news for everyone, isn't it? So thank you so much for putting that in the chat. That's good news. Expect the new CLNA by 3/14. Chelsea, you can't get that great information there in Fort Worth, can you?
Hey, that's why Kathy's the best.
All right. Well, going
Wouldn't
one-
go
I got a
that far,
quick-
but thank you.
Hey, a quick
Fantastic.
question. What package is the lottery thing in for everything? Just out of curiosity. Is that in our package, Sammy?
Sammy says yes.
Okay, I was asking for a friend.
Can you just go down the list, Sammy, and tell
Sorry,
you
I'm trying
like,
to-
everybody who's in it and who's not?
Or additional $50, Jim will come out and do a personal training on it.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to stop the echo, so I'm over here like working my audio controls like I'm an audio engineer. But yeah, it's in there under the report section, under enrollment reports. You can build a lottery there.
Well, Kristen, it looks like that the counselors are getting out. Bobby Darren in there just released them, and they couldn't look happier. And if no one has any further questions, then I think I'm going to end the recording, and we'll stay on for a little slack. Thank you guys again. I want all of you to have a great spring break, and it was fantastic seeing everyone at Winter Conference, and I'm already looking forward to summer. So thank you guys, and I'm going to stop the recording now.